Welcome to NXTGame.com, the fastest growing online betting website for your items. Get on top of the action by betting on your favorite teams. Which team will get the first blood, or which team will get the first Roshan kill? Get fast and up-to-date results with our matches. This is the next level of betting.
Greetings and salutation, Dota fans! You're listening or watching or both or a bit of everything here at HeflaTV. My name is Heflamoke, casting with Danelie cast. We have some seed Dota for you. It is Signature.Trust versus Mineski. Actually, Mineski forgot to put their team name, but well, that can happen in a 5-minute break. There's no preparation time, literally. Mineski had a nice game, actually. They always had a decent 10k advantage with the bounty hunter. They made sure certain fights really, even with bad trades, went their way or was completely equalized in net worth trade. And yeah, interesting draft, interesting plays. At the end, it was Roshan once more being a game decider. So, Danny, let's go into this.
Okay, so pretty standard stuff. I love the respect fan from Signature.Trust just getting rid of QQ's bounty hunter. It was super annoying last game. They do not want to deal with it again. So they get rid of it, whereas interestingly enough, Mineski get rid of their own Shadow Fiend just to deny pick for Signature.Trust because it seems that they don't actually want to pick it up themselves. And we are going to have a bit of a switcheroo here because Signature.Trust is going to be stealing the Lina away from Mineski and also picking up the Gyrocopter. Whereas Mineski, they have the Earthshaker yet again, but this time their new hero is going to be Queen of Pain. So a lot of nuke damage for both sides so far, but looks pretty aggressive by both sides to me. Nothing out of the ordinary in terms of meta.
Yep, and no bounty hunter. Signature.Trust going for that ban, which is very interesting. They knew the bounty hunter really kind of destroyed their mid game, because even though they had decent fights, the bounty hunter always made sure that there is still decent net worth on Mineski, and of course even more if you win that fight. The Lina actually doing not much in the early and mid game, if you remember game 1. She was a bit underfarmed, she got sometimes ganked, especially Signature.Trust really reading the cooldowns of the TPs very well. They just TP'd into the mid, so instantly go for the Lina in the safe lane. I'm not a fan of Lina safe lane. I always thought maybe the Shadow Fiend would have been better there. They didn't really capitalize on that potential tri lane they could have had there. In the end, it doesn't really matter. The bottom line is, with the help of these nice fights with the track gold and everything, Lina caught up, got the Arcanum Scepter after Bloodstone as well as Yule Scepter, and in the end, Refresher. And that Refresher, that pretty much killed the Gyrocopter. That was Signature's demise. That Refresher was just too much damage to handle, even with a Satanic.
So we'll see if the Lina works in favor for Signature.Trust this time. Bans though, we have a lot of very tanky, very strong team fighting offlaners already taken out of the pool. Undying and Clockwork are going to be the main hate targets for Mineski, whereas Signature.Trust, they get rid of quite a few mobile carries. They get rid of the Clinks and they also get rid of the PL. They would have been okay actually dealing with the PL, considering they picked up a Darkseer and a Gyro, but just getting rid of the hero completely, absolutely fine as well. Darkseer, third pick though, for Signature.Trust.
Yep, in the International, Darkseer was pretty popular, not at the beginning of the tournament, but during the end, more and more Darkseer plays came out. I mean, considering how big of a clash these Roshan fights were, Seer is really good there. It's always nice to have a wall directly in front of the pit, not to mention that you can vacuum people on top of the high ground, on top of the cliffs, so I definitely love it. And it's a safe pick for the offline. There's not much you can actually do wrong with Darkseer.
I'm looking at both of these drafts, and both teams actually have really sick Roche drafts. Just Roche counter initiations. You've got an Earthshaker with Echo Slam, you've got a Tusk with the Snowball, you have a Queen of Pain with the Sonic Wave, and then you look at Signature.Trust. They've got Cooldown, they've got LSA as well as Dragon Slave from Lina, and then you have a Darkseer with the Vacuum Wall combo. I can't actually wait to see these teams try and clash in the Roche pit because it's just going to be an absolute mess. Rubik will be the fourth pickup for Signature.Trust. I actually haven't seen that much Rubik at all. Not just in C, but also at TI. He's an underpicked hero. He gives you a nice disable as well as a bit of a nuke. And also having the ultimate where he can steal a spell. It's useful. But I feel that Rubik is a little weak compared to standard supports. Do you think there's any reason behind just the Rubik pick? Is it just the lift? Is it the spell steal?
Well, there's a nice synergy between Light Strike Array and the Rubik Telekinesis as such. And of course there's the steal. Queen of Pain could be stolen. Dazzle is nice to steal, as well as having the Fissure. So these three spells are pretty much like my highlights right there. But yeah, Rubik into Lina Light Strike Array, that's definitely something that could easily work out. You have that double setup. So yeah, Rubik overall, it's a decent pick here, I think.
Yeah, it should be okay. My goodness, Mineski just went for the exact same supporting duo, Earthshaker and Dazzle. But with a Tusk, though, Tusk, he's okay in the draft. I'm not too sure if this is going to be a position 4 or 3 Tusk, because Mineski could definitely go with an offlane Earthshaker if they really want to. Some teams do like to run that. But I don't know if they want to do that with the Earthshaker. I feel that Tusk might be the safer option. They need a little bit more damage. I'm sorry, Hefla. And a final band is going to be the Storm Spirit as well as the Anti-Mage. Two very mobile heroes. Ember Spirit going to be the final pickup at Signature.Trust. I haven't seen a lot of Ember Spirit at all.
Well, Ember Spirit is also a hero that was pretty much the surprise hero of the TI. Everything was kind of boring and already like there before the TI, but the Ember Spirit was that hero that made the comeback into the meta. So I'm really looking forward to this, to be honest. I mean, I don't think we're gonna see like a Sumail Ember Spirit, like that kind of quality, because it's insane what kind of disable you actually get with the Ember Spirit if correctly played. But it's something nice for Signature.Trust to have. Obviously, the pushing power of Mineski at the moment is not very nice, to be honest, if you really look at it. So if they get on the back foot, they can still defend high ground for a long time. They have Alina, the Darkseer, they have a Rubik Fate Ball, the Gyrocopter, and the Ember Spirit. So breaking high ground, unless you win a crazy fight before that, it's gonna be hard for Mineski. Other than that, obviously, there's always the potential of catching people out, even catching up to a Queen of Pain that playing so wide with a Remnant. So yeah, I kind of like the Ember Spirit here.
So the final pick for Mineski, they need something to scale into the late game. They need their position 1. They've got a Queen of Pain as their mid. They have a Tusk that can go into the off lane. Do they go for an aggressive carry, or do they go for the whole protect one? I feel like they're going to have to go for something that's still going to have to come online very soon. What's left?
I mean, there's that much left. That's the funny part. I mean, Leshrac obviously is done a bun. They took out the PL as well as the Anti-Mage, knowing that Mineski might really go for something that is super greedy. Shadow Fiend is banned out already on the other side, and for a second Magical Core, which could have been something Mineski is going for. I mean, they're one game ahead. If you want to try to Magical Cores, maybe the Queen of Pain with a physical emphasis, that could have been that. But okay, Silencer coming out. That's very interesting, but I don't like it. I don't like it because at some point the Gyrocopter is the one who won't care at all about the Silencer. He will come up with a BKB, and I don't think the right clicks of a Silencer will be enough.
But the thing is, though, I have a feeling Mineski, they're just going to go full-on 5-man engagement. Just use the Silencer ultimate the moment a team fight pops up and just rack intel after intel after intel. And if you actually put the Silencer up and steal intelligence from some of the crucial heroes, so for example the Ember Spirit or maybe even Alina, these heroes are very reliant on their mana. So if you can actually steal intelligence from those two heroes, it's going to come to a point where they will be limited by their mana pool. So Silencer, in theory, as a position 1, you think of the cumulative intelligence that he's going to steal,
I mean,
it can work out. It
has to
but
be
it's hard.
an insane amount of kills to actually make that work on a silencer that like someone else actually suffers from it. But I mean, just besides the whole mana pool like question, I think the silencer really needs a nice mid game to actually make a dent. Then later on, when it comes to right clicks, the claves, they have to hurt properly with some stacks on him. But we have to see what's going on at the moment. The Darks here just using the TP, going straight for the ward, and at the moment Mineski is more or less just shut it out. Nobody will really do anything, so we can go for a slow little introduction.
No problem. So I'll do Mineski this time since you did them last game. We got Jay that's gonna be playing on our very interesting pick, the Silencer. G heading towards the bottom lane as well on our Dazzle. On the Earthshaker we've got QQ, or in other words Cuckoo, playing on, as I said, the Earthshaker. Up towards the top lane, we have Jules on our Queen of Pain. And lastly, I'm actually missing one hero. It is our Tusk. That's going to be played by Jesse Bash.
Yep, second time he's playing that one. Very interesting. We have the ward placed by the Tusk already. It's not, unfortunately, not here somewhere. It's just made for, interrupting that pull on the side. Otherwise, they could have probably gotten a kill here on the Lina. I think that might have been possible with the snowball. They're strolling a bit to like through the enemy jungle, but they're not gonna find anyone because they are at the moment having the focus on the top lane. We have Jap here playing a Rubik, Lakels on the Gyrocopter, standing pretty much on the rune spot, is standing he playing the Darks here, and two are in the bottom lane, but they're not gonna get anything there. It's MyPro on the Ember Spirit. His performance is gonna be very, very important for Signature.Trust here, and Flaimao on the Lina. So it's a 50-50 bounty split, and we go into the game.
So Jay is going to be playing on a mid Silencer, and it's going to be up against what seems to be a mid Gyrocopter. So they're both teams putting their position ones in the mid lane. Who do you think is actually going to come out ahead? I have a feeling Jay will be pretty good for a while, but once Lakels gets those initial levels and also those points into his primary skills, I feel that Lakels is going to eventually be able to walk all over Jay, even with the Shallow Creep, even with the Poison Touch. So
yeah. What I like about this laning is that the Darks here should have a okay-ish time against the Queen of Pain, even though the Queen of Pain is very nice to lane against the Darks here, because you can get permanently a Shadow Strike harass in, but then again she can't really do much against these Iron Shells. Still, Jules, ranged hero versus Darks here shouldn't be the worst problem. Gyrocopter, for example, having a harder time simply because he has a lower range. In the mid matchup, well, that Gyrocopter mid with the Rubik saying hello, that's also very interesting, but is there already a telekinesis? No, the telekinesis is not coming out, even though that might have been interesting with a level 1 Rocket Barrage. But yep, it's not happening. These wards, by the way, they're right next to each other. It looks like they're touching each other a tiny bit, but no, they're not gonna de-ward.
oh, we got supports converging on the side of Mineski, and looks like they want to try and go for a backstab onto Jap. Jap on the high ground, he has to be careful. He has to be there to defend Lakels. Lakels is going to be hit with the last word. There actually is going to be a telekinesis onto Cuckoo, but they're going to get first blood anyway with the fissure. Good stuff by Mineski to go for that rotation and to slow down Lakels. And they get the best kill. It's on the position 1-2.
Absolutely, it's an easy first blood, something you can do against the Gyrocopter. This Gyrocopter is not holding too many stats. That's the biggest problem for him. He saved the gold for the bottle, which he gets, but still, I mean, this is just a circle of 2 branches, and that's spammed by the Silencer. That last word will hurt Lakels so much now, even at one point, the value point into the claves. Let's see if he is even going for more, but there's a haste rune here on the Earthshaker. He's following up on the Rubik. The right clicks won't be enough to actually get the kill, but there is a fissure. He could still go for something, but there's also the Gyrocopter coming in now, and, well, he's gone a bit forth and back. There is no telekinesis. It's still on cooldown, but the harass damage is real, so nice job there by the Earthshaker.
So it seems to be a semi-tri-lane in the mid lane for Mineski, but they're putting a lot of emphasis onto Jay. He's already got 2 intelligence from that first blood onto Lakels, and if you can get a start like this on the Silencer and just keep on going, rack up the intel, make, I guess, Signature.Trust a little bit more
Oh, look at
stupid
top.
because it is
Queen of Pain.
Oh.
That was the interrupt. And now he's actually quite low in HP himself. He still has some stick charges, but the Queen of Pain is dying. The Darkseer actually getting enough damage with the residual Iron Shell damage. And I did not see this one coming. I thought he's safe after the blink, but that didn't really happen. So Queen of Pain going down against the Darkseer. That's a play that should not happen by Mineski. That is something where, yeah, where I have a big question mark how that actually happened.
Probably just overextending and maybe just overthinking how much damage they actually had. It does happen. You think you have enough damage because you have 2 heroes and all of a sudden you just get bursted down. So
Yep.
we've still got Jap walking around as well as Fimo. Oh, it's actually female. Is this from last game? I'm not too sure. Maybe they just came a little bit late. We do have heroes converging again.
Oh,
So the
look at the
tri
mid.
lane, Cuckoo. He's got his fissure ready, but they're not going to throw it out just yet because Signature.Trust, they have 4 heroes in the mid lane. Both supports. They have the Darkseer who just passing by, so he won't be participating in what could be a 3-on-3 or 3-on-4 engagement. That's actually another hero in the task. They're going to go onto the kill. And what can Signature.Trust do? They go for the lift as well as the Fade Bolt. Can they get the kill onto Jay? They do get the kill, and they're going to try and finish it up, but unfortunately the LSA missing out on that heal, just keeping Jesse Bash alive for that little bit longer. But 1 for 1, both position 1s for each other. If Signature.Trust got that extra kill on the task, that would have been a big win.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 1-1 trade. Both the cores going down, the supports benefiting for it, and of course also the side lanes. Like the cores in the safe lanes, they are benefiting from that because so much attention on the mid lane, which means they have pretty much a free farm. The Ember should be ahead of the Queen of Pain, which he also is because Queen of Pain went down once. So that's exactly what you need. If they pressure the Gyrocopter, you will play passively, but the Ember is gonna get some farm instead. The Silencer, however, he spent again.
Oh.
What just happened? Queen of Pain going down against the Darkseer again in a one-on-one situation. I have no idea how that happens, but he went for a revenge fight the second time, and look at this Darkseer getting so much damage. One punch by the Earthshaker, but whoa, there's still space to go through. I can't even believe this. Now look at the little vacuum attempt by the Earthshaker. Lina is trying to come in, but this is out of range. This is very impressive, to be honest, what the Darkseer is playing together here.
What happened was Jules just got over aggressive and blinked in tower range, and he literally stood next to Hehe, so he was taking Ion Shell damage and tower damage at the exact same time, and Hehe was probably at about 100 HP, so Jules just got overconfident at that point. So I feel like Jules is feeling a bit too comfortable in the Queen of Pain. This is the second time he's done it. This is gonna really hurt him, because look at his farm. 5 minutes in, safe lane Queen of Pain, only a bottle, boots, and Null Talisman. He should have a little bit more than this, but those 2 deaths are really going to hurt him. And he might get killed yet again with this smoke rotation from Jap and female. So we'll see if they can actually grab this kill. It's a Queen of Pain, so a blink is available.
Oh, look at this. Yeah, blink is available, but whoa, they're not going to get this through. The telekinesis light strike array combination did not really work out. That is not really the way you wanted to do it. The Earthshaker grabs the invisibility rune. We might actually see something happening here in the mid with this. But yeah, that was a rotation. That was a big question mark. Good for Jules to survive here, but look at the Lina. Oh, well, it might be a Fissure, but look at this. A lot of damage here on the Dazzle, but he's already putting the Grave up. That's very interesting. Now, they need some more right clicks. QQ is, in theory, faster. Yes, he is, and that should take him over right there. The Dazzle is getting 1 kill, and the Rubik, now with the Silencer there, also falling. Dazzle actually a double kill. That's perfect for support. He doesn't have any problems buying walls right now. And of course, Jay benefiting from it. This is a lot of intelligence stolen. Also here in the mid, there's another Fissure blocking the Gyrocopter, or is it actually coming? The Ember Spirit finally coming in now, trapping him. Does he want to go here for the Earthshaker? Earthshaker can't really do anything. The damage over time should just do the trick, but no! The Flame Guard is actually getting completely absorbed by the last word, and therefore Ember Spirit has to get the hell out of here. He's sticking around, but he has no bottle or nothing to restore his HP. So Mineski getting out of this surprisingly, to be honest to me.
They got out pretty much scot-free, aside from some minor losses, but 7 minutes into the game and you already have 6 intelligence on Jay. That's almost 1 intelligence per minute. Obviously, if you can keep this up, they're great, but it's so early to be losing intelligence. And it's on heroes like your Lina, your Rubik. These heroes, they're gonna have to go for arcane boots fast. or they just have to stop dying to Jay. But that's going to be almost impossible with the amount of aggression that Mineski is throwing out onto Signature.Trust. They're relentless this game. They're not going to stop. They know that it's working, so they're just going to keep on going at it until it stops working.
Absolutely. 3 and 4, 8 minutes into this game, there is no significant advantage whatsoever. The Gyrocopter not really happy in his lane, to be honest, but okay. Now that's very interesting. I have not caught that on camera. That was the Earthshaker apparently meant fighting the Ember Spirit. I thought he grabbed the rune and went back, but apparently he did not.
He just died, pretty much. Just the Ember Spirit just caught him off, and Earthshaker couldn't really do anything by himself. That's pretty much what happened.
By the way, interesting to see the
minutes.
Silencer doesn't have like his ultimate picked up. Now he finally picks it on level 7, that is, and well, now we have the global silence, and that's something at the moment Signature.Trust is not ready to work with, especially the Ember. If the Ember Spirit goes in the front lines, his Flame Guard is getting absorbed by something, then yeah, without being able to cast anything, you're really just meat.
You look at all of Signature.Trust heroes, and almost all of them, bar maybe the Gyrocopter once you get to BKB, well, I guess all of them really, they need their spells. They use it to keep them away, they need to keep Mineski away, they need to keep them in place, but this global silence is going to be a problem. The only way I can see them fighting into Mineski is if they can somehow bait out the global prematurely. But you look at Jay, I don't think he's going to do that. I'm pretty sure he knows when to pop the global. If he feels it's going to be a waste, then he's probably not going to pop it anyway. So we'll see.
The Gyrocopter is doing the best thing at the moment just to come back into this game, because yeah, that stack was really what he needed. I mean, he is still very low, very low in net worth. He is almost a K behind the Silencer. They wanted to contest the stack. I mean, they saw it with the illusion, but that didn't really work out. They went forward to the tier 1 tower, but back just because it's too dangerous. The Darkseer. Look at the Darkseer's farm. He's on
Snowball down bottom. They're going to try and go into the Ember Spirit. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to run it in time. There is the global there, but can they get my pro? They've got no way to disable him. He is silenced up, and unfortunately, that missed, but they do get him in the end with the final right click at J, up to 8 intelligence. Unfortunately, we're going to have to send the Ember Spirit back to school. Rubik, they're getting a kill onto the Queen of Pain. So again, Jules just getting kicked to the dust on this Queen of Pain. He's died 3 times so far. That's quite a bit on a safe lane Queen of Pain.
And now they transition actually here into a tower push, tier 1 top it is. Actually, they're not committing the Rubik or anyone else to it. It's really just a Darkseer going forward. But the Darkseer with the creep skipping, that should also just do the trick. It was a very interesting one. To be honest, when it comes to these one-on-one trades, I think every time the Silencer is involved, Mineski has a tiny advantage. But now, oh, they want to go for it. These Ice Shards, scouting it out. That Snowball, actually, it's connecting. Actually, there's a double stun, and the Light Strike Array again missing. They're all really low HP. They might actually get the Tusk here, but the Lina is gonna pay for that. And again, it's a 1-1 trade where the Silencer gets the intelligence stacks.
So this Silencer, he is becoming a monster very soon. Seriously, he is almost at 1 intelligence per minute. Still, it's 11 minutes into the game. He's got 10 intelligence. If this keeps up, Jay is going to be Frankenstein. Not Frankenstein. He's going to be a freaking mastermind, and then Signature.Trust are just going to be sitting there wiggling their toes, wondering what the hell's happening because they're running out of intel. But can you actually get a hero to 0 intel?
To 0? Yes.
You can actually get.
Look at this go here. Falls in the Queen of Pain. She doesn't have a blink here at this point, but oh, my pro, I think you overextended here a tiny bit. It should be enough for a kill, but nope, actually, not even that is enough. And a Sonic Wave out of the trees into the sky by the Walrus Punch, and there we go. Too aggressive. To be honest, this is exactly what Mineski needs right now, because Jules overextended twice against Darkseer, died there, which is very embarrassing in itself. But now that the Ember Spirit is going for similar plays, that's kind of the revenge, even though they didn't ask for it.
So unfortunate there for Signature.Trust to lose their Ember Spirit. Now it looks like they're going to be on a bit of a roam here, Jules as well as G. There is no Sonic Wave though, because they just used it to kill the Ember Spirit. They're just going to roam around aggressively, it looks like. Nothing happening as of yet though, but we do see the kill is going to be coming through around the corner. Do they have vision of Jay? Looks like AJ because of the wall on the high ground, but doesn't even connect. Jay just going to sit on the high ground, and actually is his team going to be there to reinforce because he is going to be hit by Lakel's by a little bit. There's the Poison Touch, Fissure on the high ground, and Lakel's just completely blocking the eggs. They're going to try and finish off Jay, but there's the Echo Slam to finish off the Gyrocopter as well as the Global. And well, Jay's still alive because of the Grave, but looks like he will go down by Pro, getting quite a few kills, but in the process he will die himself. Although he in the backline, he's there with the Ion Shell. He's going to try and finish off Jesse Vash, but unfortunately Jules, he's going to be there to try and help his teammate out, and he's going to have to try and chase up Jesse Vash, but he pops the mech. No, he doesn't even pop the mech, he just dies outright.
Okay, that was a big question mark for me. I don't know if he had enough mana for the mech there or not. I didn't see that, didn't target him. But that wall was the great wall of question mark, because yeah, it didn't hit anyone. He used the vacuum, then the wall. I don't know. That was really weird. But also weird was the engagement in the first place. Signature.Trust. They saw the silencer farming there. I'm not even sure how they saw it. I think they saw him rotating in here with that ward, and I wanted to go for it, but like the cooldown without having any vision directly on him, and the creeps, and that's the funny part. Those two residual creeps the silencer didn't kill, they pretty much soak up pretty much all of the rocket barrage right there. So silencer was just standing there and right clicking. For him it was an easy thing. He got 2 stacks. And the third one, he got a kill, he got a triple kill, but that didn't translate into kill. However, top task being found here, and finally they got the combination of telekinesis, light strike array into Laguna Blade. This is pretty much a safe kill unless this combination gets interrupted.
Now they should be able to get the T1 tower, but looks like it might be a 1-for-1 trade. Actually, I don't even think Mineski can get this bottom T1 in time because he had Shakers left, so it's just Jules. That's
even with the Earthshaker, it's just no pushing power behind that. I mean, that's a Queen of Pain hitting for like what, 90 damage or so. That's it.
So there's gonna be a double damage ring bottled up onto Jay. How scary is this going to be? 200 damage per right click silencer plus the extra that he gets from Glaive of Wisdom. Actually, what's the percentage? 90% of intel to damage. So he's hitting for an extra 1.
Yeah, and Rune of Eight, the Rune of Eightus is coming out on the silencer, so being kited or getting kited, everything is possible now with the silencer. To be honest, the Rod of Eightus with the ultimate being on the global silence is such a strong item, because nobody has anything on the Surge, or any other item like a Yule Scepter would be something that could really play against it, but at the moment there's nothing coming out, nothing of that sort. The only thing you can pretty much use is your mech, and that's it. But it's really just a stall time. They go here for a stack, but it's the worst timing possible. There's a Surge, but he is already locked in. The damage should be enough even through the mech. Look at the right clicks. There's no way he can actually go somewhere, but somehow he's still surviving. Now the Dazzle is in trouble. Look at the silence. The silence was so needed to get that Crave off, and look at the damage here by the silencer. The last word on the Rubik, he used his stick charges, but he's still going down with that nice Fissure, and even the follow-up stun here. Look at Jay just going for them right clicks and getting more and more intelligence, maybe even more than we think, because nope, they're not gonna really initiate on this one.
I think they actually want to keep going. It's Jay with a double damage route. Why wouldn't you fight this? Lakel's going to try and go ham onto Jay, but Jay's only soaking up a little bit of the damage because there's a lot of Furious next to him, so that's going to be Lakel's going down as well. Ember Spirit just left. Echo Slam though, not really going to do too much. It's Hee. They do blow up the Darkseer in the end, but Jay is still alive. He's got 20 intelligence. He probably got, what, 8 intelligence out of that fight? 6 to 8?
Yeah, it was a 4-for-2 trade, and it was horrible. I mean, catching the Darkseer right there while he's doing a stack, being blocked in, that's a good thing. Having the double damage, even better, so Mineski taking such a strong fight here. And again, that wall and everything, it just didn't really work out. The Darkseer, a safe pick, nice farm, nice performance against Jules, even though Jules, of course, did his part there with the overextending, but other than that, that was a horrible fight for Signature.Trust. Like, this is gonna be a nice advantage for Mineski right there.
I'm looking at Signature. Every time they fight into Mineski, it's just never on their terms. If they can get the fight onto their terms, then they can get a little bit of something out of it. But when it's a 5-on-5 engagement, Mineski's always ready. They always have those big spells ready. They never use it prematurely. They use it on time.
Yep.
And what can Signature.Trust do? They're nowhere near a BKB onto Lakel's. Look at his farm. He's got a bracer, power treads, Aquila, wand, and a bottle, and 800 gold. There's no sign of a BKB. He just can't get the farm for it.
Was just a disaster. But talking about it, Dazzle being found here in the river line, but he's still somehow alive. Now with the Rubik, actually a stolen snowball. That's really good, but look at it go again. Stacks raining here for that silencer, maybe even more, because look at the Queen of Pain. She's there, and that's another double stack, a 2-for-1 trade for the silencer. Is there even more to come? A wall would be ready. Lakel's is going in. They really want to go for this fight, but now the ice shots blocking it nicely off. But oh, again, beautiful stun here. I mean, Jules is going down, yes, but they're not really going for more. I thought Mineski is actually committing to this, but in the end, nope, it stays a 2-2 trade. Oh, never mind that. Lakel's, what you doing here? I mean, now he's on this side of the fissure. There's actually a nice wall this time. This one actually worked out, but again, the mech keeping him on decent HP. But look at the Iron Shell and the Rocket Barrage. He's doing so much nice damage right here. Not even using the rocket. I don't even think he needs it. One more right click would be needed by the Earthshaker, but he's hugging that Iron Shell, therefore dying. Lina somewhere dying in the backlines. Now on camera, and there's even more to come. Surge being used. Jay just silenced that Darkseer, but the Rod of Aethys, that's completely ignored if he has Surge on. And now, oh, they want to find Jay here. Now Jay is in trouble. He has the last word cooldown, but that's pretty much it. Look at my pro. He's just not going for it. He has no punch to kill that silencer. Silencer getting even more stack, and this is the second one right there with the Rubik, and Darkseer does the right thing and TP's out. Signature, they have to stop to give stacks on that silencer.
They're trying so hard to take him down. They're trying so hard, but even the Ember Spirit by himself, with everything that he had, he unloaded everything onto Jay, and Jay just shrugged it off. He had his team. He was fine. Signature.Trust, they're falling apart. And I don't actually think they're going to have enough time to come back into the late game unless they can somehow drag the game incredibly late. But even then, I don't even think their late game is going to be able to contest that.
It's also the positioning in those fights. That's the biggest problem, I think, for Signature. But oh, in the mid, there's a nice play here by the Darkseer. The nice initiation, but again, no Light Strike Array. The Lina synergy is just not working out, but instead there is the Acro Slam. Beautiful. All three of them caught. And look at that Sonic Wave racing through all of them. This is how you clutch fight. This is how you initiate. I mean, it was a good attempt by the Darkseer, but he just got schooled by that Earthshaker.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So now this T1, it has to be sacrificed. Signature.Trust, they can't defend it.
Oh, but look at this.
He is by himself.
Like the chains, and even the cooldown actually coming through. There's the global silence, but it's not gonna be enough damage. The mech again healing nicely through. The Gyrocopter is still somehow alive, but he's caught in the trees, but not the safe version of it. In the end, look at the Ember Spirit really trying to go ham here, but in the end, he's just feeding away himself. The Lina also Dragon Slave completely off target. They're all low HP, but no one is gonna die at the moment. Signature.Trust is just throwing bodies into an oven and just burn them all crispy.
This is going down. I'm actually scared to look at the graphs. 20 minutes into the game, 7.5k EXP lead.
And it just keeps on going. Like, Signature.Trust, they have to make a bottom line and say, guys, till here and no step further. Stop feeding away 1 by 1 or 1 versus 5, 1 versus 4. That's what they did in the last 2 fights, and it hurts them so much that Mineski spiraling towards a 10k advantage here, 21 minutes in, and even though having a nice late game, Signature.Trust, with this frequency of bad fights taken, they're not gonna see the late game.
I don't think we're even gonna come into a late game. We're probably gonna enter the beginning of the mid game, and that's it. Mineski could probably just finish the game there if they want to. One highlight though for Mineski's draft is they actually have pretty abysmal tower push. That's probably the only thing that's going to be in favor of Signature.Trust. So
well, I said it in the draft already. There's no way they can go high crown that early. Like, they get an advantage, a significant advantage right now. But high crown, that's way too early. We need another 10-15 minutes till they actually manage it. Unless Signature.Trust is really throwing bodies here into the fight, like cannon fodder. Of course, if that's the case, you can go high crown, but I don't think so. They know they have a good high crown, and even tier 2 defense. Let's see, we have a smoke initiation, or like a smoke attempt coming out by Mineski, but on the other side we have exactly the same happening. One is supposed to be for Roshan, Medallion is up, easy going on them, and in the meantime Signature.Trust, they try to find something, try to get something out of all of this misery they have been in for the past 2 fights, but when their smoke is popped, then they will notice, damn it guys, they just got Roshan for free and we didn't find anything. They might just transition into tier 2 top push. They shown the gyrocopter, but I'm not really sure they want to go for an all-out fight on the Mineski terms.
But the thing is, I don't even think Mineski is even going to try and defend the T2, even if Signature tried to go for a push. They're just going to go barrel down the mid lane. As Signature.Trust, they're going to have to back out. So they have TPs available. Looks like they don't actually have any on Lakells, which might be a problem if he doesn't go straight back to base right now. So this... Oh, okay. Looks okay. Mineski was going to go for a mid push, and then they just went for a smoke for something else. Not quite. Not quite. Oh, I might actually see a team fight, which is going to be even more scary. Signature.Trust, they're not ready for a fight. They need to get out right now. I think they see this coming.
Yeah, at the moment both of them like in a 5-man fashion looking for fights, but it's not really gonna happen. Mineski now, of course, they know, hey guys, we have an advantage, we have a better lane presence, we have more map control, we have more towers and everything, and we have the Aegis on top of all of that, so why not just go on and fight? And that's what they do. They're gonna pressure that tier 1 tower. Signature.Trust, option 1, fight for it and potentially lose even more. Option 2 is just pressure on other points of the map, which they do now here in the mid. There's a cliff available, pop on them now on both sides. No one is going to contest the tier 1 tower. The question is now, Mineski going for something else? Yes, they go here in the mid, try to contest it, and even bottom, so Signature.Trust not even here trading properly.
Oh, Jep. He's just cornered by Jesse Bash and Cuckoo, so that's going to be the end of that Rubik. And meanwhile, down in the bottom lane, they lose their Ember Spirit as well, who is now down at 228 base intelligence. Jay getting smarter and smarter, and Ember Spirit just... He's running out of mana. The Ember Spirit's down to 400 mana.
Yeah, that was again, I mean, it was actually nice, the rotation by the Tusk, because Signature just saw them in the top lane, and the Rubik just tried to take that opportunity and go for a warding mission. Unfortunately, he's losing essentially his life and an observer on top of all of that. It's very expensive what he just did there. Not really sure why he wanted that vision, because Roshan was just done. You're kind of safe in that area for quite a long time. But Mineski says thank you. We got a solo kill by the Silencer, pretty much a solo kill by the Tusk, and we can transition into tier 2 tower. In the mid, was it tower the Knight? I'm not even sure. It was either taken out or the Knight. And top, well, the Darkseer could try to push, but his pushing power is also so slow that, yeah, Mineski trades 2-0 plus a tier 2 tower.
So Signature.Trust, they're doing the best they can. They have everyone piled in the base, whereas the only one that's actually out of base is Hehe, that's trying to get the creep wave to push onto the tower. That's the best thing they can do. And I think Darkseer is probably the safest hero to do it. He's the tankiest, he has a blink dagger, he's got a mechanism, he's not easy to kill. So if Signature.Trust wants to kill him, they're going to have to commit something like a Queen of Pain and a Tusk, or Queen of Pain and an Earthshaker. They need to commit 2 heroes. They don't have one hero, aside the Silencer, that could kill him solo.
They get at least one tower out of it top. That's the only upside at the moment here for Signature.Trust, but it was for the price of 2 tier 2 tower plus, of course, kills.
Yeah. So T2 is down, there's 1 left. And Signature.Trust, they're running out of time. But they need a lot more time than this. Almost got a BKB onto Lakells, which is probably the only ray of sunshine left. Because the Ember Spirit is just not getting anything. He's not even close to a Battle Fury, which is what he wants to get ASAP. But 26 minutes into the game and he only has his Ring of Health. Or only the Ring of Health component. So for MyPro to even make a comeback into the game, he has to survive during a team fight. But the chances of that happening is so low because he has to get into the middle of the fight to do anything. If he waits for after the global, then chances are his team's dead. So what does your Ember do at this point? Does he just rat?
Well, he can't rat because there's silence against him. There's last word as well as the global silence, and he's getting, of course, slowed by the Rod of Atos. So that's not going to happen. He cannot go anywhere. As I said, Signature.Trust, they have a decent high ground defense, but talking about it, Darkseer being caught out perfectly just held in place for the Queen of Pain. TP in, and a casual scream, just getting that kill on a Darkseer. He's, at the moment, Darkseer is the only one who would survive anything, but Rubik again on a warding mission. He just He just tried with his last little right click to go for that observer ward, but it's still alive, and he's dead again. This is the second time he's going for such a warding mission, but also top. Well, there's a rocket at least spent here on the Tusk. Snowball is already expanded, but finally, the Ember's coming in. That's beautiful. He's actually using the Glimmer Cape, and they even interrupted that, so that's one guaranteed kill right there. The question is now, do they find more? Nice block out here by Josivash, but the Remnant on top of it. So we have a bit Snowball, for a while at least. But is there anything else coming? Light Striker, right? Do we have a Laguna Blade? Yes, Laguna Blade is coming, but he's not going for the right clicks. Mypro is just running out. He still has a Remnant somewhere around here, but now you don't even want to come back in this area. The Tusk just too tanky to survive all of this, and another Laguna Blade, another, yeah, support pretty much expended for the attempt of getting something done.
They hardly got anything for the Dazzle as well. They're so far behind, but the Dazzle kill was so minimal, it gave them nothing back.
No, nothing
so even
at
though
all.
they try and go, yeah, even though they tried to go for a kill, it's just not gonna work unless they get something like Jay, unless they get something like Jesse Vash, unless they get Jules. They need those big heroes with big items to actually rake in some cash, but those three heroes, they're just not easy to kill. So Signature.Trust, they're doing the best they can. That's all I can really do.
Nope, that's the funny part. I don't think they do the best they can. They take really weird fights and engage or disengage in a very weird manner. We saw them in game 1 performing much better than in this game. But as I said, they have a lot of potential in their draft as such. However, looking at the graphs already, we have a 15k advantage for Mineski. It's much less than I expected, to be honest. For the fact that they're almost doubling up the kills, I thought we were heading towards 20k because Roshan is on top of it as well. So Signature.Trust is surprisingly doing well when it comes to the overall farm, but yeah, it's still a disadvantage by a lot. However, we come to the point where Mineski is like, guys, so what's next? High ground? Yes, no, maybe. And if they can break high ground reliably and in a very good fashion, that's now the big question mark. If they throw away good kills with high killing spree, dominating sprees, then Signature.Trust has comeback potential.
The thing is though, is Mineski going to give them those opportunities? You see the way they play, they always play together, so they're not just going to give those kills away easily, unless they just have a massive misstep and maybe get overconfident. But I don't see that happening with the way they're playing. They're keeping the precious heroes, the Silencer, with the rest of their team. They never leave Jay by himself, no matter how farmed he is. You always keep him with somebody. And Mypro,
again caught out and owned by that Earthshaker again. This is absolutely bad. I mean, this is Scythe device plus the Silencer of, like, the silences overall. But Ember Spirit is not gonna be happy in this game. He has to go and redraft his hero because he's completely rendered useless. Like, there's all the disable from the Earthshaker, plus the Snowball, plus 2 silences, plus of course the Queen of Pain now with a Scythe device. That's a whole army of CC coming your way. How do you deal with that as an Ember Spirit? You need your spells.
he needed spells, or he needs a BKB, but he's not getting farmed for a BKB. You don't want to buy a BKB on your Ember Spirit, but I feel that he's going to have to eventually, and maybe even get it before that Echo Slam. Only going to connect on a couple of heroes, but not really keep him in place. They're going to actually burn down the Earthshaker. 600 gold, going in the way of Signature.Trust. A little bit hopeful there for Mineski. So they lose a core hero, but they're not going to lose anything else after that. But how much gold did Signature.Trust get from that Earthshaker? He's pretty stacked for an Earthshaker.
Yeah, still, this is like an 800 gold swing or something. To be honest, I think he kind of got overexcited there. He was like, oh man, oh, there are like 3 targets. I gotta Echo Slam, something like that. It was really like tickling and urging, but all. Ember Spirit, there's the Snowball, but running out. The Hex was not enough, but the Gyrocopter in a very awkward position here in between the base, but the Tusk being caught out, and now he's trying to TP. Is there actually something coming? No, he makes it, but in the base he's gonna down now with all the silence. They get the Dogs here, who try to do, I don't know, keeping them busy in the backlines, but still. Signature.Trust, I told you, it's high ground time, and they trade better.
So this is some good news for Signature.Trust. They're actually getting some kills in these engagements. Yes, they're losing core heroes, but they're getting core heroes in the process, and that means that other heroes are getting farmed. Your Ember Spirit is actually getting close to his Battle Fury. He's died quite a few times, but he's making the comeback. Lakels, that BKB, he's had it, he's used it, it's gonna work out. Now, this is where Mineski has to decide, how do they go high ground? Do they want to try and team fight Signature.Trust again? Do they try and issue a fight outside their base? Because they tried to do it just now and it just didn't work.
Nope, but Roshan is gonna be something that they definitely gonna take on here. It's 20 and 34 here. We're in 32nd minute. This was the second Roshan, correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, second Roshan, so this is just an Aegis going towards Mineski. Of course the Aegis is something you wanna have if you wanna go high ground. But yeah, they have to stop like going for these YOLO action like QQ. I mean, as I said, he got a bit too overexcited about his past very good plays. Signature.Trust. They're gonna fortify in their base, and the Aegis. Let's see if it's enough to actually break through this.
I'm actually surprised they put the Aegis onto Jay, because nowhere in this game have I seen him close to dying aside from the 2 deaths that he has.
But it's the
Mineski protected
positioning
him
that
so
changes
well.
for him. Like right now, he always tried to be, you know, behind the fissure and nicely around the ice shard. So his team tried to put the enemy in a nice position for him. So he just right clicks and that's it. Now he can actually be in a position where he's much more aggressive because he knows he has a second life. Not to mention, I mean, look at his items. He got the HP boost by Rod of Aethers. In theory, could even swap to PT Strength if he really wants to. He has the armor by the Assault Cuirass, and now there's a Moon Shard. So he does the right thing because like a lot of your damage comes right there from the Glaze of Wisdom. It's a nice scaling. He does 150 something additional damage on top of his normal right click damage. And now, of course, with the attack speed, which is insane at this point, he's trying to boost that damage, which is an interesting thing to see because usually you see silences going for intelligence build. But oh, top, they found the Queen of Pain. She still has that blink, but she's never gonna see that blink button for the next 80 seconds because, yeah, didn't manage it. That's a mega kill going down for the Gyrocopter, and I think also Ember Spirit just finished his Battle Fury, talking about comeback.
But is this going to be a big enough comeback?
Whoa.
Rubik, unfortunately, just going to get butchered to bits, unfortunately. And that was on his own turf as well. Sad life for Rubik.
Did he
He's
just
had a
ward
really
something
rough-
there, or did he not see them coming? I'm really surprised he got this kill,
I
but
think he
all
just
Darks
warded
here. Walrus Punch, he still has the Surge, he still has the wall, but there is a last ward. That's not gonna take him down. He also has Stick Charge, he's not using them right now. Also not using them after or before he dies. So, yeah. I was just about to say that this Queen of Pain kill was really worth it for Signature.Trust, but with 2 of the supports going down, that's not really the way you wanted it. The Rubik would have been, and never mind. The Darkseer, however, is something that, yeah, he is the one who is split pushing. But what I don't understand is at this point he could split push just by giving Iron Shells and blinking into the trees and then fall from back, something like that. But he's really showing under the tower, and then you're asking for a gank. You're literally asking for a gank.
Yeah, you really are. So, I'm surprised the game has slowed down as much as it has. There was such domination by Mineski. They've slowed down. They're trying to find their opening for high ground, but Signature.Trust, they're all over the place. They're keeping him busy. Oh, they're really going to try and go onto this. So, oh, Jules, he's going to try and go for it. Actually, that was very fortunate for that Global Silence to come out. And it looks like Mypro is actually going to give his life away when it was supposed to be Jules the one to die. TP's going to be there. Can Jules get the one right click? Yes, he will be able to get it. 2 heroes dead, Lena and Ember Spirit. This is the opening that NSE has been looking for. And this is going to be the high ground push. And Signature.Trust, 2 core heroes are down. Oh, Jap going to be jumped on by the Earthshaker. And that's going to be 1 right click by the Silencer to finish him off. And Noxia, well, you're in the wrong neighborhood, my buddy, because you are going to be chopped to bits as well by Jay.
This is the
4
worst
heroes
thing you can
dead.
do,
Necro
and
Slam
look at
as
the initiation.
well.
Here on the Gyrocopter, easy going, 5 men down. I was saying all the time how good of a high ground defense Signature.Trust have. Unless, of course, and I did not mention this under one contingency, if you feed yourself away before the high ground push even starts, then exactly this is gonna happen. So this is at least 2 line of racks if Mineski really pushes it. Or they go for the tier 4 towers. They are like, guys, we have such an advantage, let's go for it. But at the moment they're a bit split. 2 of them hitting tier 4s, some of them heading top, some of them heading bottom, so not really the best communication right now here by Mineski, but still it's gonna be enough for 2 minimum. And look at this, there was a nice telekinesis here. Laguna Blade just randomly, and QQ is like, okay, I'm not gonna be disturbed in my little shopping spree in the enemy fountain. So that was also a big question mark for Laguna Plate. There's a Light Strike Array coming out, but Alina, oh, look at the damage by the Silencer. This is not even funny. 50 stacks and an attack speed from heaven. This is absolutely insane. They're gonna pin them down pretty much to the fountain here.
They could finish the game now if they wanted to.
2 Moonshards.
Oh my god. He can actually eat one if he really wants to, but it looks like he's just going to try and man-fire after the Hell to Grave. A little premature, but they're actually going to finish him off. Never mind, that was not premature. That was very nice timing there by the Dazzle. And Jay is still alive. He actually doesn't have the Aegis. He's going to finally go down. Look at all that gold. 1.8k gold for his death. And maybe Mineski overextending a little bit, but I think this is probably a mistake they can make. Bash going to go down. The Grave is going to be there. It was stolen, and Jap is actually used it to keep Hehe alive. He actually didn't really need it. They're going to chase up to Cuckoo, and it looks like they're just going to leave it at that. But how much gold was exchanged? That's a lot of gold.
Yeah, still, like, that gold, to be honest, I think this was kind of the YOLO play by Mineski. They were like, guys, we just got 2 Rexes, I think we got this, so they might as well just stay a bit around and go for that man fight. I mean, the Silencer, for example, they didn't even bother force stuffing or anything out of the cooldown, the BKB. At this point, the Silencer doesn't even care about the BKB that much, because with his attack speed, double Moonshard, and like just the default right clicks he has, even without a clave bonus, is still enough like to get that Gyrocopter down. Just shred him to pieces, one right click by another. It's kind of insane. If he didn't have the BKB on, that would have been even more insane. Still, Signature.Trust, they just prolonged the game by this nice little turnaround for another maximum 5 minutes. At this point, I really stopped being, yeah.
Hopeful for Signature.Trust?
Yes, I have to say it like this.
I feel like it's the end as well, because even with that massive gold swing, I don't even think Signature.Trust has the tools to even fight Mineski at all. Under any circumstance, they just don't have damage. They cannot survive long enough to go into a super late game. It's never going to reach that point. Mineski knows that they can end the game right now if they really wanted to, but they're still farming. I think they're just waiting for the next Roshan just to be safe, because they don't have to go and finish up the game right now. Just wait for the Rosh, and when that's ready, take the Aegis, take the cheese, and just go. And Signature.Trust, with an Aegis and cheese, they can't out-damage an Aegis and cheese.
Mineski here at the moment is your god. He decides what happens next. He can crush you like the cockroach you are, or he can lift you up and give you some more excitement in a longer game or anything. Mineski is completely saying where and what direction we're going, but I think they don't even wait for Roshan. They have everything it takes to do this. 25k, but oh, they find probably the most important kill of all, the Silencer. Now there's a wrap around here, the Tusk coming in, but I don't think they want to engage. I think Mineski is like, oh, that just happened, let's go back and we just wait that minute till the Silencer is coming back.
No, they're about to go in with the Ember Spirit, but he's a little bit worried about that Hex. There's still the Hex available on the Queen of Pain. Oh, Jesse Bash gonna try and go for a sneaky play, waiting in the tree line, and he's ready to just jump on anyone if necessary. And I don't think he'll find anyone though. Creep Wave is still relatively pushed. I don't even think he can kill the kills unless he has one more hero. It's still there though.
If Signature comes back on this one, I'll give 5 Immortals away on this stream.
What? What?
Yeah, no, like seriously, like, I mean, Mineski at the moment, sure, after they got 2 Raxes, they were just too lazy pretty much to go back to the fountain or anything like that, so they were just like, ah, come on, let's have a bit of fun and just nail them down here. But with that kill now on the Silencer, they really do some sloppy plays. I don't think it's enough for a comeback on Signature.Trust, but of course, you know, hope dies last. And the longer this game goes, the better the farm is also on Signature.Trust. And with the Ember Spirit, you got a very mobile hero. Still, the Ember Spirit in no way or shape to actually fight the Global Silence. And with that Roshan, that's definitely gonna be in Mineski's range to take. Should just do the trick. It's also a cheese, but there's a smoke. And they kind of faked Roshan here. And there's only vision by the Dire side. Now, also by the Radiant side. They check Roshan. They're not even really checking it. There's still a tier 1 tower and they might find QQ, but damn it, he has a Ghost Scepter, he has a Yule Scepter. He alone can buy so much time that his entire team TPs on a tier 1 tower.
This is so scary. Oh, they're gonna try and go for it, but the 4 stuff just in time by the Earthshaker. And now all of a sudden, Trust, do they really want to go after this? They're going to try and go after the tower? What? They really want this T1 tower. They do get it in the end, but are they going to try and go for initiation? Cuckoo. Being chased up by Missile, going to blink into the Roche pit, and it looks like everyone has just left. And Jules, he was the one pushing into the T3 tower.
Yeah, no, Jules is doing the right thing, because they know Signature.Trust, they have to commit around Roshan, otherwise they give away Roshan. And by the way, 172 J. That's one of the fattest silencer I've ever casted in thousands of games. 52 stacks, 171 bonus damage on Roshan, that is. And look at the split push. The split push is absolutely real. Jesse Vash is doing that while the rest of the team just keeps Signature occupied. This is more recreational little sports what they do for Signature, because while they lose the base, they're also gonna lose support. And what's left over here of that nice little Roshan standoff, Jesse Vash, well, there is vision here because Darkseer has the gem, but well, he is still enough time. What does he? Well, there's a Auror's Punch. There is now the rotation coming in by Mineski. They're coming one by one. Echo Slam, I can smell it, I can see it, and there we go. But still, it wasn't really enough. Jesse Wash is already going down. Tier 3 tower took quite some damage. But yeah, the base is still standing somehow.
BKB is down there for Lakels. So what this global that's going to be coming in now, Lakels can't do anything about it. 50 seconds, unless they can wait 50 seconds, which I don't think is going to happen. I think they're just going to go into that base. T3 tower is down. All T3s are down. Raxes are open. What can Signature.Trust do? We have Jay in the middle lane pushing creep waves, whereas the rest of Signature.Trust watching the top lane just get decimated. Jules and QQ doing what they can. No echo. We still have Jay in the mid lane. But Signature.Trust, what can they do? They just clustered up in their base. They can't do anything. There's going to be the jump onto Ember Spirit. Not going to actually do anything though. They're going to try and go onto Jewel, but he has BKB. Nothing to pierce that. Now have Hiki trying to fight up against Jay, but what could they do? Like Helza's dead. Lena's brought back. What can the Lena do? And you have MyPro still hanging around with this Ember Spirit, but he's doing minimal damage up against these heroes. They're so tanky. MyPro silenced up. Looks like he's going to go down in 4 right clicks by Jay. Snowball going to connect onto those heroes. There is a Yules onto the Rubik, but he's going to survive for a little bit longer. There's the GG call. Signature.Trust just getting steamrolled by Mineski. All game.
Oh, Rampage!
Chances to come back.
Double Rampage!
What a way to finish.
We're going out with a big bang. So congratulations, Mineski. They took game 2 here as well. That's a 2-0 in the best of 3 series. To be honest, Signature.Trust game 1, I liked what they played together. It looked promising. It looked like a game 3 to me. But what they did in game 2 was completely suicidal. And I'm not talking about the end or like some other little mistakes. I'm talking about the fights in the mid lane, where they really fed one after another in. They never really recuperated from this one. This was like an instant 6-7 K swing 15 minutes into the game. That's just a swing you don't want to have at this time of the game. That's something where you can have it, I don't know, look at 40, 50, 60 minutes into a game. So that kind of broke their neck. They never came back from this one. So Mineski is going to proceed. Tomorrow we're going to have the next game. Can you show me? What's the next one we have tomorrow?
I actually saw it in the schedule. I actually can't tell you what it is.
Okay, I'm faster than you. It's 1-3 versus MSI Evo GT. That's gonna be tomorrow, same time. This is 13 CEST, and I think for our friends in Southeast Asia that's 19 or 18 SGT. I have no idea. Time zones, something I never...
Is it the same time as today's?
Yes. Then it's
it
19.
would have been 6. Yeah,
6,
so
18.
It would have been 18, yes.
SGT, guys. So, that guys being said, thanks for watching. It was a lot of fun, and I have the wrong overlay on. I actually wanted to show this one, but yeah. Either way, guys, thanks for watching. My name is Heflamoke, casting here with Miss Danelie Cast. You can find her, of course, on Twitter and all the other social media. Of course, you can also just support HeflaTV, which you can also find everywhere under HeflaTV. Also, thanks and shout out to the sponsors. Next game that do this tournament here, organize it for the C teams. It's a new betting site for items that's coming up, and of course also thanks to our sponsors esportgaming.com. So that being said, guys, bye bye.
Bye guys. GG.